Hi, it's Thad with Willoway. We're into the first week of February and we're here in one of our greenhouses. We're canning Echinacea. A couple things that are really important. We got to get this started early. We have the lights on because it's day length sensitive to get them to grow. We got the temperature up. We're at like mid 60s in here so that they grow. But I want to show a little technique. We filled these cans last fall, brought them here under plastic, and we'll show you some pictures of that. But it's really important, the canning, as you can see, he dibbles in. And he's getting the depth. Echinacea is very sensitive about the depth in the pot. You got to leave it a little bit high. If that crown gets down in the dirt, it will rot the crown out. So he's doing an excellent job of getting the depth right. And then we can right into these wagons and then set down in the house here. So after we get done canning them off the wagons, they're set down. As you can see behind me, we've got different size plugs. Some of this was seeding and some we purchased in as plugs. We're doing almost all our magnets from seed now. Some of the other things that are real important out here, again, the lights are on them. We have the boom so we can control. Some of the varieties come on a little faster than others, so we can adjust the water with them within this house. And control temperature is really key this time of year. This plant loves to grow in heat, so it's more of a, what you consider in the normal landscape, it'd be more late summer and fall, and the temperatures are always up high. So, but we set them down by variety, and they're separated a little bit. We have some pinching and stuff we'll do. I'll come back to this later in the video to show you some of the pinching techniques that we do in them, as well as separation a little bit. Hey, this is a Echinacea Magnus, and these are plugs we did from seed, and an LE of 72. They're nice size plants. They're well rooted right now, so that's what we're shifting on the wagons. These will all be for earlier sales. We usually have these in spring in color, so there'll be something that's kind of a little bit forced, I guess, is the way to say it. So you'll see that coming up here in sales, but it'll be a really nice crop. We usually sell out of almost all of it. Hi, it's Thad at Willoway. We're out in one of our rose cold houses. We no heaters in here, so we have to manage a little bit different with temperatures. Roses are a 15-degree temperature where we'll pull the plastic over them when it's forecast to be below 15 degrees. We had a stretch of that earlier, a couple weeks ago. We're past that, so now we've pulled it back off again. Once the temperatures get continually above 15, then we pull it back because we don't want powdery mildew and things like that to start to build up underneath where we're holding that in. We do the plastic on here for a specific reason. The ground temperature when you pull the plastic over and when it's tight holds it about around 3 degrees higher than the outside temperatures. So what it does is it helps us maintain a little bit more heat without having to have it in a heated house. Roses are pretty tough. We don't normally worry too much about them, but we do when we get those really single-digit temperatures for long durations. It helps get us through those. Some of the other things we're going to prepare to do is before we go into spring shipping, we've got trimming of the roses. As you can see, like this plant I pulled out, we've got some old growth that's kind of high. What we do is kind of tighten it up, and so it breaks out really nice and as a full plant. Anybody that's ever gotten roses for us know we do a lot of split trims throughout the season. In spring, we do all the roses basically get trimmed. So if you get early season roses, they'll be trimmed, but they'll break really nice. And then we do about a quarter of the crop every 10 to 14 days. We do a split trim on it, and we've talked a little bit about that and showing you in previous videos. Hi, it's Thad. We're back at one of our larger greenhouses. We keep this house at a minimum temperature, but these are plants that we force up. This one's the Itoh peonies, the Julia rose. It's an apricot pink flower. What makes these different from a regular peony is they do develop a woody stem in them, kind of more like a shrub as they get age to them, as well as the flower's larger. It's a double, lots of color. The bloom lasts a long time, and they stand up really well, where like a lot of your peonies fall over when they get wet or in a windstorm. They kind of droop down to the ground because the flowers have it. These have those stronger stems to hold up, so a much more durable peony. You can see they're starting to wake up a little bit. Peonies do get started earlier. I was looking at our regular peony crop, and we're starting to see little buds starting to pop through the soil coming up. So we are getting, the nice thing with most of the peonies, the regular peonies, They are cold hardy. They don't need a lot of heat for protection. We've actually had plastic cut off houses and had snowfalls on the crop and not had any damage to them.